So one of the goals for today's forum is to move beyond talking about AI and towards seeing AI in action and how it's being put into practice. There's an expo outside in the Rotunda, which is featuring 18 demos from across the university and our partner ecosystem. This includes Columbia Engineering, the Center for Teaching and Learning, Teachers College, Columbia Alliance, and the School of Professional Studies. These projects span across healthcare, coding, education, storytelling, learning systems, and research infrastructure. Some of the demos focus on building AI literacy and human capital or human capacity. Some others are exploring new creative ways of using AI for developing new strategies of teaching and learning, while others are demonstrating performance, optimization, and real-world problem solving. Together, these demos showcase the breadth of Columbia faculty and partners, how Columbia faculty and partners are exploring new and creative ways of using AI in our teaching and learning experience, or the teaching and learning experience of our students. To give you a preview of what you will see in the Rotunda, we'll begin with 3 short lightning talks. After these talks, we'll open the Demo Expo open and invite you to interact with the full set of projects. Our first lightning talk is by Zhongqi Shi, Senior Lecturer in Chinese in the Department of East Asian Languages and Cultures. His demo, AI Chatbots in Action, Preparing and Practicing and Performing in a Language Classroom, presents the use of AI chatbots to guide students through vocabulary and dialogue practice and job interview simulations. This project illustrates how AI can be embedded into course design to increase student engagement, autonomy, and confidence. Next, we'll hear from Lydia Chilton, Associate Professor of Computer Science, and Lance Weiler, the Director of the Digital Storytelling Lab and the Associate Professor of Professional Practice at the School of the Arts. Dean Shifu Chang talked about the course that Lydia and Lance have been working on. Their demo, Immersive Storytelling with AI, explores AI as a medium for shared experience. They'll show interactive environments where participants engage with AI and each other to reflect creativity, connection, and what it means to be human. Our final lightning talk comes from Aymeric Dieuleveut. He's a professor of statistics and learning at École Polytechnique, one of our Columbia Alliance partners. His project, AlgoAce, is an AI-powered companion for competitive programming. By combining large language models with retrieval-augmented generation and real-time data, AlgoAce delivers personalized problem recommendations, debugging support, and strategy guidance tailored for each learner's goals and skill level. Thank you for your participation, and now for the talks. Zhongqi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zhongqi Shi. I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of East Asian Languages and Cultures. I've been teaching business Chinese at Columbia for over 20 years. And one challenge has remained constant. Students need a lot of time, not a lot of practice and feedback to develop real communication skills. But a single instructor simply cannot provide that level of individual attention. And in today's global economy, that gap really matters. As we all know, language skills open doors to careers, to professional networks, and to opportunities otherwise out of reach. So the question becomes, how can we help students and more students develop communication skills more efficiently? So in my course, with support from the Center of Teaching and Learning, I've been experimenting with AI chatbots to address this challenge. And one chatbot we designed helps students prepare for Chinese job interviews. It simulates realistic interview questions, conducts voice-based mock interviews, and gives personalized feedback, not just on language accuracy, but on how clearly students organize their ideas, how effectively They articulate their experiences and how well they respond under pressure. So with the chatbot, students can practice repeatedly, refine their answers, and build confidence before meeting with their actual employers. So many students describe it as having a personalized interview coach available anytime. A second chatbot helps students engage with business vocabulary and topics before class. Rather than waiting to receive information in the classroom, students take charge of their own learning from the beginning. This also transforms my classroom teaching, freeing it for deeper and more dynamic interactions. So to conclude, AI is not replacing language teachers. It can extend what we do, making practice more scalable, feedback more personalized, and language learning more connected to real-world needs. So if you would like to see how this works in practice, come visit me at table 12. Okay, thank you very much.
So in many ways, AI is a real threat to art. It can copy, it can replace, it can write entire terrible film scripts ready for production. This really leaves artists in a bad place. What is our future? What do we do here? Where is that human touch needed? So whereas these threats are very real, what Professor Weiler and I do is come together is use AI as a new medium to tell different kinds of stories. So whereas your typical film has the user watching things going on the screen where characters get transformed, in our immersive productions, the audience is the main character, and the person who's transformed is you. You have to see it to believe it, so please come by our booth and try our experiences. They work on phone, they have earbuds, there's interactive multi-person ones too, so we'll be running some of those. But this really only could have happened, I think, at a place like Columbia where the arts are so strong, and that the arts department is 3 feet from the computer science building. Lance, please tell us, you've been doing this way longer than I have, please.
Thank you very much. Very excited to be here. Excited that the arts can be part of this conversation. We've been teaching with AI since about 2018, and we do a lot where we embrace older art movements like EAT, if anybody's familiar with that, where artists got together with engineers from Bell Labs and ended up innovating all kinds of amazing things, arguably creating some of the most amazing 20th century art, at the same time developing new products and services. So what makes our classes special is that they're transdisciplinary. So we have students from all across the university, from all different backgrounds that come in, and we use AI in a very social way. So teams work together, they build these experiences that people step into. We do it in the class that I'm with Lydia. I also do it with a colleague from narrative medicine, where we're teaching a transformative storytelling class, where we're bringing narrative medicine into digital storytelling and using some of those methods. But I think fundamentally the thing that I've found over the work that we've done at the lab is the more that we can help students to embrace ambiguity, to be able to kind of go out into the world and not be afraid of what these particular tools are, the more powerful it is. And so, as Lydia said, we're very excited to have you come by. It is difficult until you actually experience it, but it's wild to see the students take to it. And what happens is the students end up teaching each other how to do it. So it's a very horizontal learning experience. That combined with, we often go to Lincoln Center and we do open classrooms. So anybody's welcome to come. We do them once a month. I've been doing them for 10 years there. And we bring industry professionals in, general population, public comes in, and they work with our students. And we end up making these amazing projects that travel the world. So thank you very much.
So hi everyone, I think you recognize from the accents I'm the one from France. So I'm from École Polytechnique, I'm Aymeric Dieuleveut. I'm actually a researcher in mathematics and AI. I also serve as the president of a committee that is in charge of putting in place all new teaching programs linked to AI. in the setup of the French national funding that we received a year ago, which is significant, and that aims at changing the way we teach and put AI in all programs. This is just to introduce myself, just in 2 words, what the demo is about. This is a demo that was built by Lydia Chilton and Anaf Agarwal, 2 colleagues from the computer science department. I think one point that I liked a lot during the conversation that we had just 2 minutes ago is the point about struggling and friction and how we find the correct tools to actually accompany the students, not solve the problems for them. I think many of us are actually doing that, so it's not something original. I think this is just one more example of a situation in which we want to guide the students among a set of possible problems. And the tool we propose is basically based on 3 things: a user interface, an LLM, and CodeSforce website. CodeSforce website is a website that aggregates problems for competitive coding. And Lydia Chilton is in particular in charge of training students for international Olympiads in informatics and in computer science. And we basically use that database of exercises, and we use the student's profile to basically guide them and suggest what the next exercise they should tackle is. And we also guide them through resources, so they have a tree of topics that they need to explore, and they can, basically guide themselves through that tree of concepts. And for each concept, there is a video that accompanies that is not videos of created things that exist on the web. And basically merging those 2 things, we have personalized content recommendation for students towards informatics Olympiads training. And that's it. I'm happy to show you the tool. It's very simple to use. You can use it locally. You can use local models. If you are very Europeanly concerned by data privacy, it works efficiently. I think that's one of those tools that can be in between helping the students, be the correct level of helping the students in their training. That's it.
So these 3 talks are just a sampling of the 18 demos that you can see in the Rotunda. So I encourage you to go check out all of them. They're all very exciting, exploring different aspects of how AI could be enhancing teaching and learning experience for our students. So with that, I am officially opening the Demo Expo, and we look forward to a conversation there and later on in the afternoon. Thank you, everyone.